I recently drove the Sea to Sky Highway and Duffy Lake Road with my DJI Osmo pocket camera, gimbal camera, and I'm trying different modes to see which one looks the best mounted in the car. Here's the footage in real time and ultralapse in 4K. So what I'm going to be doing today is I'm going to be shooting on the little Osmo pocket in 4K, as I say. We'll be shooting this. I'm not going to be shooting much until I actually get to the mountains. I'm going to be shooting stuff in normal speed, and we'll do some ultralapsing through the camera, and I'm going to try the different modes such as tilt locked and FPV mode, so we get a different feel as to how it performs going around the twisties, because the G-forces when you're going through the mountains can have an effect on these gimbal stabilizers, and that's what we want to find out. Which one's going to give the best look going forward for when I shoot stuff with this camera, because that's my intention, is that I'll be using this camera going forward to do my travel videos, because as you can see, it's a really smooth, almost a floating picture, and it looks very cool. And it shoots in 4K, and it's got a nice aspect of the road. It's not distorted like some of the dash cameras are. So let's fast forward a bit. We'll pick this up going through downtown Vancouver. Here we go through the George Massey Tunnel. Even at 11:50 in the morning, it's slow. We're only going 45 kilometers per hour. Actually, we're going a little slower than that now because everybody's slowing down. This old tunnel is due to be replaced by a bridge or drop another tunnel in, but they're working on either adding another tunnel or replacing it with a bridge to try to alleviate some of the congestion problems. But this was built back in 1959 and has been in continuous service ever since, and it's become quite the bottleneck every day. It's slow as molasses in January to get through the tunnel. You know, people complain about the tunnel, but I spent more time getting across the Oak Street Bridge than going through the tunnel. It's the talk of putting in a 10-lane bridge to get people over the Fraser River faster. Well, I mean, really, what would it accomplish? Because a 10-lane bridge would be going into a 4-lane bridge called the Oak Street Bridge, 5 kilometers up the road. So I've been sitting in this because, of course, at the end of the bridge there's a traffic light which you have to stop for. So I mean, it's ridiculous, the traffic. I'm glad I don't have to drive this every day. I'd go absolutely insane if I had to come into Vancouver every day to work. Oh, there's one of those god-awful ugly Teslas in front of me. One of the ugliest vehicles I think on the road is that thing that's in front of me, Model X. In fact, in my opinion, the only attractive vehicle that Tesla ever made was the one they launched out into space. Now, that one was a cool looking car, but everything else after that is just pretty bland. Here's one of these red light and speed cameras, it looks like. Well, here we go. We're driving through some of the more exclusive neighborhoods of Vancouver, where these are like multi-million-dollar homes down here. All these homes in the Shaughnessy area here, heading up towards Granville Street. mansions just worth millions. While I'm recording this little segment, I'm going to talk about YouTube with the bullshit that's been going on lately with YouTube. It's appearing that pretty much every one of the videos that I put up, including this one, I'm sure this one will also be demonetized. It looks like YouTube is now demonetizing videos at a higher rate than I have ever seen. And every single one I have to challenge after it's been up for 3 or 4 days. I have to file for an appeal and have it manually reviewed. Now, fortunately, every single video that I've had to have manually reviewed, with the exception of a couple, namely ones that deal with media players that can operate with, well, we won't say the name of it because I'm sure if I say the name that starts with K and ends with I, that they will deem that this video is unsuitable for advertising after manual review. But let's just say a couple videos I did featuring a couple of the little boxes that can play streaming video, let's say that. We won't even say what they are. But they have been permanently demonetized. Some of them have had, 300,000-400,000 views, and all the money that they made was clawed back because they were unsuitable for advertising after a manual review. It's not like I showed, even after I re-edited the videos and did not show how to load any of the third-party apps that can go on them, they were still deemed, after manual review, unsuitable for advertising. And it's been an ongoing issue, but it has ramped up substantially over the past couple of months. And even some of my older videos, like how to fix a power supply, I check. And one of the reasons, if you wonder why I haven't been posting as much recently as I used to, well, I'm spending more time going through my 1,500 videos that I have on YouTube and just weeding out and re-editing or appealing because they have demonetized so many. And it's not just new ones. Like, I could understand if I posted a video and 10 minutes after I posted it, it would come up with a flag saying unsuitable for some advertising, and then I'd have to request a manual review. But some of the ones have been up for, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, and all of a sudden they're coming back and being flagged, and I have to request a review. And as I say, with the exception of I think there was 3 that they deemed no good because the subject matter was dealing with little black boxes that play SD cards and can stream video off of the internet. Sites such as YouTube and Netflix, but that didn't seem to matter because they could also stream from some other sites, and we won't go down that road. But anyway, that's my rant on YouTube right now as we head over the Granville Street Bridge and into the downtown core. And then we're going to be heading get over to Georgia Street, and then head up the North Shore, up to West Vancouver, and up the Sea to Sky Highway and the Duffy Lake Road. And I got to get over here, and this guy beside me, I speed up, and the guy in the Toyota also speeds up. I speed up so that I can change lanes and get out of the Seymour Street exit, and the clown beside me decides that he wants to speed up too. And by the time I can get ahead of him, I'm doing 80 in a 60 zone, so that I can just get over. Otherwise, I'd be taking the wrong direction. So anyway, here we are downtown Vancouver. Man, this place has changed. I remember I remember when I was a teenager coming down here to go to A&B Sound and buy records. Buddy of mine who lives up in Lillooet, which is pretty much where I'm headed today, we used to come down here on the bus and go to A&B Sound and buy vinyl record albums for $2.99. And I've still got most of them, not all of them. Got the Police, I think it's Regatta de Blanc, paid $1.99 for it, and I kept the price tag. I stuck the price tag actually on the record itself, so I remembered what I paid for it. But those were the days, $1.99, $2.99 for a full album. Not like the crap now. You walk into a store and they'll sell you a vinyl record for $50. Like, are they on drugs? I used to buy them for $2. Dead ahead, there's a large neon clock on the just almost dead center, just to the right of the stoplight. You'll see a big tower there in the background with the neon clock. And in the year 2000, I was shooting a wedding, and we decided to go up to the roof there so we could take pictures alongside of that clock. So we actually had to go into the clock tower, and where all the mechanism and stuff was for it, and then get out onto the roof to take our pictures. And the elevator broke down, and we got stuck one floor from where we needed to go. And we were stuck, the whole wedding party and myself, we were stuck in that elevator for, I think it was about an hour, little over an hour. We were stuck in that elevator with, there was like 15 of us. It was the entire wedding party, myself with my video camera, and the photographer. And we got some good video in there of everybody being a bit nervous. And they actually had to pry the doors open on, I think it was like the one floor down from the top, and because the elevator just wouldn't go up. It stopped just before the second to the top floor. And when they finally got the doors open, there was about I guess there was about a 6-inch gap that we had to step down because the door, the elevator stopped. It was interesting. If I find that tape someday, I'll do a video on it, because it was fun being trapped in it. Well, it wasn't fun, but it was different being trapped in an elevator when it just stopped. And I think I was filming at the time too, as we were going up, because it had mirrors and stuff on the ceiling of this elevator, and I was taking some shots looking down on everybody, like shooting through the mirror on the ceiling of the elevator, looking down at everybody else. And then the thing just stopped, and I got a reaction shot of everybody because the elevator just came to a complete stop, and that was it. And everybody started freaking out a bit. But if I ever find that tape, I should still have the master tape for it. I don't know if I've got the camera tapes anymore. I may have kept the camera tape, but I should have the edited tape that I might be able to grab some shots off if I can find it. So here we're going to take the Lionsgate Bridge. The reason my lane wasn't moving was because there was some jackass in a Tesla making a left turn, even though there was a sign just like that one that clearly said no left turn. But I guess it doesn't apply to people that drive Teslas, because they can just do what the hell they want, apparently.
And that includes sleeping while they're driving, as we just saw on the news the other day, or today actually. A guy that was nodding off, driving down the freeway with his head down, and he was sound asleep sawing logs. And apparently, that's not illegal in the States if you have a self-driving car, which I found that one even harder to believe than the fact that some clown actually fell asleep while he was driving.
Bridge, we've got 2 lanes north today. They have a reversible lane. In the morning they have 3 lanes in, and then for the afternoon rush they have 2 lanes in the morning, and then they have 2 lanes out in the afternoon. So right now they've already switched it over to 2 lanes out of town in anticipation of the rush hour that should be starting here, I would imagine. Well, it's 12:38 now. Been on the road for 1 hour so far. 1 hour to get through downtown Vancouver. get onto the Squamish Highway, Highway 99. We're gonna leisurely cruise along here and not exceed too many speed limits, because the police are always out here catching people towing their cars. There are speed traps out here. Like, there's a sign: slow down and move over to 70. Slow down to 70, move over when you see police vehicles. Well, they're out here all the time. It's 100 kilometers to Whistler, and I think another 100 kilometers past that to where I'm going, approximately. Something like that. Anyway, let's enjoy the ride. I'm going to be recording more up here than I was before, just because this is a windy road. It'll be interesting to see how this little gimbal handles the G-forces of going around the corners.